Hi, Amarjeet here from Amar PTE classes. Again, I'm in front of you with my new video, and today's video topic is Summarize Spoken Text. Summarize Spoken Text is the first module of the listening section, and it's a very important module because it contributes 12 points in writing and 13 points in listening, means total 25 points in PTE. In final exam, you will get 1 to 2 questions of Summarize Spoken Text, and your score will be evaluated based on content, form, vocabulary, grammar and spellings, and each is of 2 points. Content is of 2 points. Content should be related to the audio. Main points of the audio should be mentioned in the content. Now, what is form? Form is always write within the word limit, 50 to 70 words. In case if you write 49 words or 71 words, then you will lose your points of form. So always write in form. Next, vocabulary. Vocabulary is of 2 points. Use appropriate vocabulary. Write the sentence that makes some sense. Grammar is of 2 points. If there is one grammatical mistake, you directly lose 1 point. And if you made 2 grammatical mistakes, then you will get 0 points in grammar. Same strategy in case of spellings. For 1 mistake in spellings, 1 point. For 2 mistakes, 0 point. For more than 2 mistakes, again 0 point. So don't write any word if you are not sure about it. Spellings. Focus on spellings and grammar and follow the template in this module. And also by following some tips and tricks, you can improve this task. Listen the audio carefully because you can't replay the audio, and audio is of 60 to 90 seconds long. Always take good notes. Note down the main topic of the audio. It is not mandatory that you will find name of the topic in the first line. It can be in the second line, it can be in the third line, or it can be in the any line. Try to note down it. Note down the nouns like name of the person, name of the country. It can be anything. Also note down the important dates and years, if any. Always note phrases like 4-5 words in the continuation. Avoid to note down the keywords. Instead of keywords, note down the phrases. This strategy is working in the real PTE exam. Make sure when you put the phrases in the template, then it makes some proper sense and there is no grammatical mistakes. Don't add any additional information at your end. Only use those words that are mentioned in the audio. Always write within the word limit, that is 50 to 70 words. In case if you wrote 49 words or 71 words, then automatically you will lose 2 points of form. If you are not sure in spellings of any word, then don't write it at any cost. Last but not the least, try to complete the summary within 7 to 8 minutes. In remaining 2 minutes, do proofreading. Proofreading is very important in the listening module. During proofreading, check spelling specially. Now, let's do some examples. So I am taking example from AP Uni. You can take the full test, section test, or you can take the question test. So I am taking the question test, and you can select Summarize Spoken Text. It's a Summarize Spoken Text and it's a test number 5. So let's start. You can check the instructions here. You should write 50 to 70 words and 10 minutes to finish this task.
Successful economies and cultures are built on trust, but a number of high-profile data breaches and privacy intrusions have caused anxiety for consumers and gotten the attention of Washington. New legislation may be needed to bolster confidence in the digital marketplace, but we've got to be thoughtful about it so we don't strangle the golden goose that we call the internet. 3 points. Explosive growth of digital services shows that the benefits of data flows far outweigh the costs. Slow productivity growth in many industries stems from a lack of information intensity, too little data. Policies should thus encourage the use of more data while putting consumers in control of sensitive information. A new national privacy law would consolidate existing industry-specific laws, prevent a patchwork of conflicting state laws, and clarify the FTC's enforcement strategy for the digital age. But regulations cannot solve every problem. Evolving social norms, more robust institutions, and new privacy-promoting technologies will actually do most of the heavy lifting of protecting our privacy and promoting data flows.
So this is the text box. You can type your answer here. And this is the duration of time. Time is of 10 minutes including the time of audio. So write here your answer. A brief lecture was presented on digital marketplace and digital age. The speaker was mainly talking about successful economies and cultures being built on trust. Next line. But he also covered, this is the template line, but he also covered new legislation that may be needed to boost confidence Then he quoted some examples for better clarification. This is the template line. Later on, comma, he also discussed new national privacy laws, Finally, the speaker summed up his lecture and concluded that, you can check your words here, 65, concluded that slope productivity growth. So total words are 68 here, and you can check the spelling. A brief lecture was presented on digital marketplace and digital age. The speaker was mainly talking about successful economies and cultures being built on trust, but he also covered new legislation that may be needed to boost confidence. Then he quoted some examples for better clarification. Later on, he also discussed new national privacy laws. Finally, the speaker summed up his lecture and concluded that slow productivity growth. Now, time is 4 minutes 35 seconds are left. Now click on the next button. This is the second question of the test.
Since its founding, America has enjoyed population growth famously fueled by high immigration rates. But Americans have historically had very large families compared to other countries as well. But times are changing. Birth rates today have fallen to their lowest point in history. And while birth rates have historically been connected to economic cycles, the present decline is happening during good economic times. The causes of the decline will be familiar for many viewers: high housing costs, less dating and marriage, economic and social uncertainties. And even though surveys show Americans still want big families, there are no cheap, easy solutions to fix this problem. And unfortunately, the problem is self-reinforcing. Fewer children means that future generations will have fewer workers serving more people, who themselves will have less time to bear and care for children, or retirees for that matter. Even if Americans reform housing policy or offer greater financial support for families, our birth rates will continue to decline, and the fast economic growth that made America so strong in the 20th century could vanish in the 21st.
So this is the text box. Type your answer here. A brief. I am following the same template. A brief lecture was presented on. So according to me, the topic was population growth, presented on population growth. Then full stop, give a space. The speaker was mainly talking about America is the name of the country, so A capital, America having enjoyed population growth, then but he also covered large families compared with others. Large families compared with others. Now next line is, then he quoted some examples for better clarification. Then full stop, give a space. Later on, he also discussed a cheap solution to fix this problem. Finally, last line. Finally, the speaker summed up his lecture and concluded that it was so strong in the, now word limit is 63, in the 20th, you can write 20th like this, 20th century. Now it's a 66. 66 words are enough. Finally, the speaker summed up. A brief lecture was presented on population growth. The speaker was mainly talking about America having enjoyed population growth, but he also covered large families compared with others. Then he quoted some examples for better clarification. Then line, give a full stop, then give a space. Later on, he also discussed a cheap solution to fix this problem. Finally, the speaker summed up his lecture and concluded that it was so strong in the 20th century. Now click on the next button. Yes. And you can check your results here. So you can check your score here. This is your first question. Internet privacy. And this is your score information. You can check your score in detail here. content 2 points, form 2 point, grammar 2 points, spelling 2 point, and vocabulary is of 2 points. If you made any mistake in grammar or spelling, in case if you made one mistake of spelling, then you automatically get 1 out of 2, and if you made 2 mistakes or more than 2 mistakes in grammar or spelling, then your marks here will be 0 out of 2 and 0 out of 2. So avoid mistakes in case of grammar and spelling. Always write first word capital of the line, and always finish your line or complete your line with the full stop and give space after the full stop. So remember these points if you are following any kind of template. This is the score information of your first question, and here is the score information of your second question. And this is the content, form, grammar, spelling and vocabulary. So the name of the topic was population growth, and this is the template line. A brief lecture was presented on, and this is the population growth is the main topic of the lecture. Then in the second line the speaker was mainly talking about, this is the line of the template, and I fit the line like America having enjoyed population growth. This is the phrase from the audio. Next is but he also covered, this is the line of the template, and large families compared with other is the phrase from the audio. Then he quoted some examples for better clarification. This is the line of the template. Now later on he also discussed, this is the line of the template, and I used phrase here, a cheap solution to fix this problem. Finally, speaker summed up his lecture and concluded that this is the line of the template, and I conclude my topic like it was so strong in the 20th century. So always use the appropriate phrases and always try to make a sense of your lines. If you have any queries, then you can write in the comment box. For online and offline classes, you can contact me on my contact number, and my contact number is given on the screen. In the end, don't forget to like and share these videos and subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching this video.